make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good. Fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts. I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong. I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth. Can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about. Have your f***ing cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round. I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
Welcome to Knuckletown.
A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that.
Welcome to Knuckletown. It's your boy Big Face. Welcome to the KO Show. As always, man, we bringing you the best and forefront of the bare knuckle world of fighting, man. And shout out to Global Combat Radio as we continue our partnership there to grow the Knuckletown universe. We coming to you, as you see, live from the top floor of the Global Combat Radio studio in downtown Knuckletown. And today we have a very special guest. We have the legend himself, bare knuckle, Jimmy the King Sweeney, man. Welcome to the show, Jimmy.
Yes, thanks for having me on, that.
I mean, I appreciate it. I understand you just got out of training, so thank you for taking some time to talk with us.
Yeah, big session, not. Yeah, just got out and I just seen your message, so it's let's get it done.
I appreciate it, man. And I understand you just getting back from Marbella, Spain. I saw you were there.
Yeah, been over, watched the show. You know what an absolutely fabulous show. Everything was just next level. Production, fights were great. The tendency, sold out arena, just amazing, you know. So one done to David and the whole team for putting on a absolutely incredible show.
BKFC is known for their production value. Dave Nelson and the crew, they definitely do it big. Conor McGregor now involved, of course. I noticed that I saw this in print and on a video that you are signed. Have you signed to the BKFC? Are we getting Jimmy the King Sweeney?
I haven't signed yet, but it's obviously it's just a matter of time, and it's just a matter of time before I do. Obviously, it's something that I want, and it's obviously something the BKFC wants as well. It's kind of like it was kind of like a partnership that got maybe everyone thought wouldn't happen, but now it's coming to fruition now, when it's going to happen.
I mean, absolutely. And you're coming into, from what I understand, you know, we all know that, you know, fans know that the BYB had a BKB partnership. BKB no longer functioning, and you were very loyal. We spoke to you, I don't know, 5-6 months ago, and we asked you what was a possibility you come to BKFC. And at the time, you were like, "No, I'm a BKB guy. These are my mates, and I'm rocking with them." So, how did that affect you when that ultimately happened, King?
You know what? The whole situation. I've found out about the whole deal through my brother on Facebook, which is kind of wasn't the best for someone who's put 9-10 years into it, and to find out like that. So to be fair, it was a shock, and then. I'm a boxer. If anyone looks at my fights, and they'll see I'm a boxer. I was born to box. I've been doing it, and the ring situation and that, it's not for me. To be fair, it's look. I wish them all the best, you know, but it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me, and I feel like if I didn't fight for BKFC, or because BKFC didn't have me on. What a tragedy in my career. You know what I mean? And especially now, obviously, I said with Conor coming in, massive for the sport. David's done such a great job. What a buzz around the whole BKFC, and you know what? It just being at the show, brought buzz back to me, and it's brought like, it's maybe want to get in there again, where for a long time I didn't have that. You know what I mean? I was just turning up, fighting guys. Like all the guys that I knew, I know them all. And I was just like fighting your mate, and just probably got bored of the whole situation. But now now I have a different challenge ahead of me, a different company. I'm starting from the bottom, and believe me, I'm coming for the world titles in it. So it's a challenge for me, and it's one that I can't wait to get started.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Once again, it'd be a tragedy for not only you, King, but it'd be a tragedy for the BKFC, for this huge crowd that they've built this over the last few years with the momentum, not to see one of the true pioneers and legends of bare knuckle
Yeah,
fighting, which you are. And you're right, it's now a whole different game. I mean, you came through. You're one of the pioneers. You saw it through the early times when the
yeah,
crowds
back
weren't
in,
that big and
yeah,
the following that big. Now the following is global. You've got Conor McGregor, the most
massive.
electrifying man in combat sports, your countryman
Yeah,
involved.
my countryman, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So I mean,
I gotta go. I gotta go to BKC when there's an Irish guy part owner. You know what I mean? Gotta fly,
absolutely,
gotta fly
absolutely.
that flag. Yeah. Fucking. I think I'm probably gonna be the only Irish guy on it if I'm
Yeah.
correct. So
Yep. You
first
are correct at
first
that.
first, first Irish World BKFC champion. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
So, and let's talk about that a little bit. You'll be coming into the 165-pound division, King,
Yeah,
and it's a
yeah,
stacked division. You've got several fighters there. I mean, not before we even get to the champ, you got Elvin Brito, the former welterweight championship in that. You got, of course, Luis the Emperor Palomino has been fighting in that division. You got Lindsay. I mean, you got some great, and then of course you got Austin, no doubt, Trout as the champion. So that's a fantastic division, and putting you in that mix is amazing. I
yeah.
commented, I saw you saw it on
Mhm.
Instagram. I commented, I said, listen, if we could get Jimmy the King Sweeney versus Austin No Doubt Trout, that fight would be epic. Rico Franco, who just fought for the belt, you lost to him in 2019, but you beat him in
Yeah, but
2021. You
this
you
is
came
this
back.
is this is this is
Well,
what
you came
people
back
tell
and beat
me
him.
last. But I've lost due to the cut on a fight that I was winning. So, well,
Yes,
obviously for Federico, you got it. But when I've come back in style
but
and
you avenged that loss. You
yeah.
avenged that loss.
But,
So
but um, you know what? What I think Mike and
Mike and Mish.
Mitchell, yeah,
Yeah,
he's
Mike and
asked me.
Mish.
He's asked me. One of his questions was coming in for a straight world title shot, and I've said to him, look, like I can come in like and go, oh, I deserve this, and I want this title fight, and I want this and all that, but that's disrespecting the fighters that's put the work in. You know what I mean? In the division you have, as you said, Jake Lindsay. There's a few of them there that's pushing for it, and they've had a few fights in the BKFC. So I'm happy just to come in, uh, get my first fight on, 2, 3 fights, and then look for whoever's the champion. You know what I mean? I'm not bothered about who the champion is. They're going to have to face me, whoever it is. It's just a matter of time because I'm gonna come straight through that division.
Well, I mean, also, and I did mention Carlos Trinidad Snake, who's been killing it. Also, I mean, I will say this: I can't see you fighting anybody outside the top 5 coming in. I mean, the real bare knuckle fans know that even if they gave you a title shot right off the gate, I mean, it's a deserved title shot for Jimmy the King Sweeney. I mean, it's not like you're a regular guy, but yes, you do have Jake Lindsay, who just defeated Elvin Brito, so he feels like he's in line for a shot. You got Palomino, who never received his rematch with
Yeah.
Trout, who feels like he's next in line for his shot. Trout is willing and game. I know that. He received very little damage. I
Yeah,
expect he'd probably like to fight in December. He'd like to fight again for the end of the year. I'm sure of it.
yeah. I think he was saying or something. He's back out in December. I won't be on until the earliest January. January, the earliest. I've spoke with Dave. The earliest January, probably February. So, as I said, I'm not bothered about who I fight. Like a lot of people say, Jimmy's not going to win this. People have got to understand. I'm doing this 10 years. You know what I mean? Like I'm a veteran, but when you talk about fights, I've 33 fights, which is unheard of coming into BKFC. I'm
Unheard
not.
of.
I'm not bothered about it. Like no disrespect to them, they're all good fighters, but I'm not bothered about any fighter that BKFC have. I've seen
I
it
mean,
all. I've been through it
you've
all.
been in with some great fighters, all the way back
Been,
to
been,
Melvin Giard. I mean, you've
yeah,
been in with a lot of the best fighters there, and you fought all the great fighters in Europe.
and I'm
Period.
only and I'm only getting better with age. You know what I mean? I'm 40 now, and I'm only getting better. It's like over the last few years, obviously everyone knows I've stopped drinking, stopped doing whatever, and proper dedicated myself, and I'm getting better with age. So, I think BKFC is going to bring out the best of me in the bigger ring, so I can box, I can brawl, but I'm really gonna you're gonna see proper boxing when I come through it, and that ring just suits me.
Well, and that's again why, I've watched a lot of your fights, man. I went back and watched a lot of old fights. I watched your last fight. I had Connolly on. I had him on with LT Nelson, James Connolly. Sorry about that. James
Yeah.
Connolly and LT Nelson on. I know you lost your last fight, James. Great fighter as well. But you and Trout is a very interesting matchup because of both of your styles. You have a boxing style. He is one of the best boxers of his generation.
He's an elite. I will give him credit. He's an elite boxer. Like he's come in. He's come in from the pro game with an exceptional record. He beat some great guys. So you're not going to outbox him. You're not going to you're not going to stand off and outbox Trout. You're very stupid if you think you are, because the guy's a slick southpaw, very skillful. So yeah, it's you gotta put it on him, gotta upset him and take him out of his game. Like, I've been around a long time. I've come up against every style, and obviously I'm confident of taking title if he's the champion, and when the time comes that I deservedly have my title shot. But as I said, respect to him, respect to all the other fighters. I'm not right at this moment. I'm not looking. Oh, I want this guy, that guy. It doesn't make a difference to me who I get that first fight.
Well, I would also, another fight I'd love to see you fight, who's a personal favorite of mine, is Elvin Brito. He's a bare-knuckle legend. He once held the welterweight championship, lost a controversial decision to Palomino, and he's game and he's ready, and he's always a great fight. And he has a boxer puncher style, very smart fighter as yourself is. And to me, that's an interesting fight.
Yeah, it's every one of them is an interesting fight. If you look at all the guys you've named, put me in against any of them. Put me in against any of them, and it's going to be a good fight. You know what I mean? I've the style to make it a good fight. You know what I mean? Any of them fighters that you mentioned, all great fighters. But again, I'm not pushed on them. I'm not going to come into that ring thinking, "Oh, what if this?" I'm coming in confident that I can beat them all.
As Apollo Creed said, "You fight great, but I'm a great fighter," right?
True.
So let's talk.
You gotta think it as well. Like, I'm bringing the experience to this game. You know what I mean? You have guys over there, and they have like
7 fights, not like 33 fights.
You know what I mean? Trout has 3 fights.
That's true.
Even though he's seen everything in the pro game, he hasn't seen everything in the bare knuckle. You know what I mean? He hasn't been in there. I've been in there. I've been the experience. I know how to win fights.
It's a different game. I like to tell people that, a boxer definitely has certain advantages in the squared circle because they're used to certain things, but it's a different game. You have to unlearn things. It's like cricket and baseball. You might be good at baseball, but might not be good at cricket. So, I mean, it's a vice versa. It's a similar.
I'm not good at any of them sports.
So I want to talk to you a little bit more, King, about Spain. So every event that BKFC has thrown for the last year has been the next biggest event. You had Knucklemania in LA, which was huge. You had the Miami fight with Kai Stewart and Elvin Brito, which was huge. And they're selling out. Sturgis had 15,000 people there. Beautiful event there. Did you attend any of the parties? Did you get to go to the Villa parties or any of the parties for the fight?
All right. Well, I was sounding like I'm a boring effort. Well, I don't drink. I don't drink at all. So when the show, and they had the after party, and I was just saying, my girlfriend didn't come over because she's having a baby in about 7 weeks. So I was just saying to her, you know what?
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I was just saying to her, you know what? I'm going to go, but I'm going to leave about 2, maybe 3. I'm not going to stay on too long and all that. So after the show, I've rung her about 10:30, about 11. She goes, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm going back to bed. I'm tired." Yeah, I don't do parties, mate. I've done them for years, and I drank a lot.
You had your fun, right?
I'm Irish. I'm Irish, so you can
It kind of goes with it.
See where I'm going with on this one. So I've had my party days. So now I just sit back. I'm 40 as well. So I'm 40. So the bare knuckle for me is I've been fighting since I was 7. I'm an Irish traveller. All we know is fighting, bare knuckle. So I'm 40 now. So I want to prolong it as much as I can. So this is another reason why I don't drink and I don't go to parties and I don't do any of that. So I'm a bit boring, but it is what it is.
Well, let's talk about the atmosphere of the fight itself. You talked about it a little bit earlier. I mean, how was it for you, the atmosphere of the fight? All the champs there, lots of big fighters there, lots of celebrities.
You know what? I'll be honest. I'll be honest because I've been to a lot of bare knuckle shows and a lot of shows wasn't selling out and like where the crowds weren't there and stuff like that. So when the first couple of fights happened, they were on, and I looked around, and there was empty seats and all that, and I thought, hasn't really done well. And I'll be honest, I said, it hasn't really done well here. You know what I mean? It didn't really sell out. But the fourth fight, place was absolutely packed. Absolutely packed. So obviously, you come in, it's like pro game. You come in after and all that.
Well, yeah, we get that here in the States a lot. We call it a late crowd or a walk-up crowd in Miami.
The late crowd come in, and I just went, you know what? Wow. It's and that alone got me excited to fight in front of crowds like that, proper big crowds, because I'm fighting a long time, 10 years, and to see a proper sold out show for a fighter is like, yeah, that's kind of when I knew this is the right move for me at the right time.
Well, I can't wait to see you in the States. I know a lot of fans feel the same way. The shows are huge now, and it look beautiful. And you got the DAZN partnership now, along with the BKFC app. You're talking about millions of eyeballs. So yeah, man, we can't wait to see you over here, man.
Yeah, I can't wait. So I'm hoping January, February sometime, maybe the Philly show or something like that. And obviously America as well has got a lot of Irish people.
Yes, we love. And the Irish fight fan is huge here, huge.
Yeah, so I'm going to bring the excitement. It's like obviously with Conor with the UFC and all that, and the fans he brought, and a lot of Irish, a lot of excitement. So I'm planning on doing similar with the Irish crowds and getting
There's only one Jimmy Sweeney. Here they come! Here they come!
So I'm hoping to have the same rub off on the Irish people over there, and with BKFC becoming what it is, I can't see why not.
No, it's a perfect timing. You're right. I mean, it's exploding. You are one of the definitely top 5 all-time bare knuckle fighters on the planet, and it's dope to see you.
I'm the top one.
There you go. There he is. Hey, I will say this. Shout out to Mike and Mish. They do great work. Shout out to Mike and Mish. They do great. But I laugh. I did laugh when Mish asked you. He was like, I got Jimmy Sweeney. You were like, Jimmy the King Sweeney. Oh, yeah, so my bad. It's Jimmy the King.
Correct that straight away. Well, I'm coming over and I see BKFC and I see every other fucking, sorry for my language, but every other fighter calling himself King this and King that.
Yeah, a lot of kings.
I'm thinking, what? Every second fighter is King this, and I'm showing you what a proper king is.
There you go.
Yeah, so but yeah, as I said, I can't wait to get over. Can't wait to meet everyone. We'll get over there. Can't wait to fight in front of sold out crowds and really show America about what this Irish guy can do.
Well, and you mentioned maybe Philly, and Philly will be a huge show because, of course, that is David Feldman's hometown. He finally got it cleared in Pennsylvania, so Philly will be a huge show. I mean, every show's a huge show. You're going to love it. You're going to absolutely love the atmosphere. The fans are fantastic. The fan organizations for BKFC are fantastic. The fighters are making some good money too, Jimmy. You saw him double the purse. How'd you feel when Conor said double them up?
You know what? I thought, you know what? Fair play to these boys. You know, they've put a lot. I'm thinking, how are these boys still going, you know?
Oh, my God.
At the end, I think like third round on or whatever, there was absolutely no boxing skill whatsoever.
It was all heart, just heart and punches.
Them boys just fought on hard, like for the last 2 rounds. And honestly, it's like, wow. So when he said that, I went, you know what? Big respect to him for doing that for them fighters.
We'll see a lot of people saying after that, journalists and whatnot, that may have been the greatest bare knuckle fight of all time. And that, that's something great for everyone to live up to, because you're right. After the third round, the boys were gassed and it was straight hard.
See,
And
that's the
man,
kind of
what a display, man.
that's the kind of fights I don't want to be in.
Shout out to Tony
You know what I
Loco
mean?
Soto. Shout out to Franco
the two-
Tenaglia.
Shout out to the two
Wow.
boys for putting on an absolute show.
Wow.
I just seen Franco saying that he'd fight him in the rematch in America as well. So I just seen that today. So big
I mean, the
respect to him
fans
for
want to run it back
doing that, yeah.
immediately. The fans want a rematch immediately.
You gotta. And the second fight might not be as good. But
Well, how can it be? How can it be, really?
That was an epic fight. So fair play to the boys. I bet they had proper sore heads. Like, see, they're the fights I want to stay away from. You know what I mean? I'm too pretty for that kid.
I think Loco, who's from the same state I am, shout out to the king of the Carolinas, Tony Loco Soto. I think he spent a couple extra days over there. He made double the money, so he spent a little bit of it recovering.
Yeah, of course. And he probably enjoyed himself. So really respect to him for. And you know what? He sold it out pretty well. He's got a mouth on him, hasn't he? Like
yeah, he does.
He can get under your skin, so.
But at the end of the day, he's excellent at selling the fight. He doesn't like to fight people. He does. Yeah. Tony always finds a way to be mad at you. He's not going to fight somebody he's not mad at. He got to be mad. But after the fight, you saw the respect given to both fighters, and I saw a picture of them embracing in the locker room with their heads together. That is what kind of fight you guys. The respect you gain after these fights, man, is amazing.
In bare knuckle, like. What you do to each other in that ring, you know what I mean, and like you don't get it anywhere else. Like two lads absolutely killing themselves, and then they just have a beer or cuddle and just go, "I love you, man. Thanks for the black eyes." You know what I mean? The respect that they have after a fight like that is absolutely immense.
Well, that's the beauty of bare knuckle. We can all relate to being in a bare knuckle fight. And when I was a kid, some of the guys I got in bare knuckle fights with are my best friends to this day, and I'm almost 50. And, shout out to you guys. But hey, first, Jimmy, thank you for taking time. Anybody you want to shout out, sponsors you want to shout out, gyms you want to shout out before we get off there?
Obviously, you want to shout out David, obviously, Conor McGregor for what's going to be a very, very exciting journey for me. And not all just for me, but obviously BKFC as well. And a massive shout out to my manager, Gabriel, for doing his best for me and going to put me in a good position for my career in BKFC. So a big shout out to all them. Shout out to yourselves. Shout out to anyone that's going to give me basically over interviews, and a big shout out to the fans. The king is coming, and I'm coming to show you what I'm about.
You heard it here on Knuckletown, man. The king is coming. Thank you, Jimmy the King Sweeney, man. We appreciate you, brother, and we will be talking to you very soon, bro.
You're welcome, brother. Thank you.
My man. There you have it, man. Knuckletown, Jimmy the King Sweeney. If you don't realize how exciting of a moment this is for not only bare knuckle, but BKFC as they grow their global brand, Conor McGregor on board. He's told you, he's alluded to big things happening in the Riyadh season. As he says, you heard him talk about the Mike Perry situation is not totally settled. Mundell just was amazing, which we'll have him on shortly. Jimmy the King Sweeney coming to BKFC is a huge deal. The 165-pound division is loaded in the top 5 with, of course, arguably the best champion in the whole sport in Austin, no doubt, Trout. You heard it right here, man. Exciting things always going down in Knuckletown. Catch us here all the time, or catch us on Global Combat Radio. There you go, man. Hey, you know what I always like to say when we do these things? There's no Coliseum without the gladiators.
Welcome to Knuckletown.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can never douse, not what I'm about, have your f***ing cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
Welcome to Knuckletown.
A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that